Live from the deck tonight. 22 weeks straight. So I decided to produce quite a bit of content today. I did 22 blog posts. Sorry, I'm just lighting my cigar. So it was a full content day today. Made a couple little clips. And you know, I've realized that the content has become an asset, big time. We got a lot of old videos waking up, pretty interesting. Getting lots of views, and I'm just staying consistent. Get my chat opened up. So since it was, 22 weeks straight, I've been back at YouTube every day since. That's 154 days. It's almost 6 months. It's a little over, 5 months. It's kind of crazy, right? Definitely interesting. Some boat traffic out there tonight. Alright, I got the chat going, so feel free to hit me up if you want to talk about anything. Join the conversation. Get a drink, whatever. Light a cigar. It was a warm one today down here in Florida. Felt like 101, I think it said. But yeah, making the content's become really fun. I'll tell you that much. And I used to think of it. I guess I've always been like a tangible type guy, right? Buildings, that real estate, cars. Never just. I never looked at like the online stuff as real valuable. I mean, it's digital asset, that's for sure, and I'm starting to really see that. That's why I started the blog, plus a little more control, and I'm actually really enjoying doing the blogging. Plus it's kind of opened up my mind to creating a bunch of, I don't know, different ideas, and just thinking a little bit different about it all. So I don't know, this week I really kind of bumped it up with the blogging. I think I'm at 98 today, but I mean I did add 22, which was a full day, nonstop, and I actually enjoyed it. It's definitely new to me. I like it. Same thing with the videos. I mean, obviously I have a lot of plans for creating a lot more content. I did go back and turn on my TikTok, which before I was just kind of posting cool cars, just to mess with it. And I hadn't been on there in a long time, and I took a couple videos and from my YouTube and popped on there, and they doing very well. I was kind of shocked. I'm not like a crazy TikTok fan, but maybe it'll bring some more traffic over to YouTube, which is pretty neat. You can check out that. It's Modern Day Dealer on there also. I'll get it dialed in, and that's fun too. And probably got to be on all the platforms eventually, because I can see this is just turning into a full-blown media thing. But like I keep saying, I mean, the attention, the attention online, the assets online. That's the new currency. It's the new money. Attention is the new money for sure. And it's pretty cool that a lot of I'll get a lot of messages even during the week, through YouTube and um, a lot of good stuff. I've it's crazy. I've sold cars on here already. Not trying to sell them, just getting people to that's seen the stuff and contact me. And so definitely the attention is where it's at. And for you guys that, especially in the, I mean, that I've been in the car business my whole life. Just think you should have a YouTube channel. I think it helps a lot because the content is where it's at. Oh, there's people on here. Yeah, for me to get a job, I'm probably unemployable. That's for sure. I've always been working for myself, but I appreciate it. Thanks. What are we talking about tonight? More than just consistency. I think consistency on the YouTube, everybody, or any content tell you, gotta be consistent, which is true. I think that's like the opening the door. It's a lot more than being consistent. But it does help create a lot of momentum, and then it just becomes a daily rep. So yeah, I get it. I mean, shit, nobody watches when you first get going, but it gets real fun when people start watching and coming in every week and leaving what do you call it? Comments or reviews and in the chat. It's awesome. I had actually somebody wanted to check out the house on the key. Maybe interested in it. It's not for sale, but we all know the answer to that. Everything's for sale. Which was interesting. That happened this week. That was a good thing from the content. Yeah, this is not a shorty cigar here. This is the Double Digger LFD cigar. Since I did 22 blogs, this is my 22nd live straight. I figured I'd maybe think about doing 22 cigars today, but that wasn't happening. There's not enough time in the day. I would have tried it though. But going back to the blogs, I think that's another thing that does help. Like your overall brand, because it's yours. It's not going anywhere. Like, you control it. I have what do you call that? A Twitter X account too, but and yeah, I've posted on there throughout the years. If you want to check it out, it's at Auto Hustler on there. But I feel like the posts go and they just disappear for it's not, and I get it that it's your account, but you don't own it, you don't control it. At least your blog will be there for forever. I'm a little greasy. I did just do a little maintenance on the Escalade. Quick one. I put a short on there. Let's see. Get on. What happened to my chat here? Well, definitely has kept me going though with the blog. It's not that I think I realize I have so much content. It's like, what do I choose? What am I gonna do? And I just been kind of doing 1 to 2 videos, shorts a day for YouTube because I definitely don't want to get burned out. I did have somebody say that to me today. Yeah, I can see that happening. People get burned out and take off. I'm just kind of going at it slow at the pace that I want, so I can just be consistent. Becomes normal every day. I don't want to get burned out, and that's something that I definitely realized. In the last weekend, I've had people, you know, hit me up on it and talk about it. And, they've seen other guys get burned out, which I can completely understand. I've changed my mindset on it a lot. I'm not doing it just. I'm not doing it for the views. I'm not doing it for that. It's more of a document, more of a. I want to see it down the road, years, and because even with my mindset, and I have, like I said, 25 years plus of knowledge in the cars, and we'll get to all that. But I wanted to get pace, and I've created discipline in doing it. I mean, obviously 154 days is no joke. Back at, posting, that's on YouTube alone. Yeah, you don't want to get burned out. Hell no. Another thing I noticed this week, YouTube came out with doing community posts, and I think when it came through, I just was like, oh, it was something new, and I started doing it. And in my I started noticing I'm getting a lot of views on that. In my, it gives you the graph of your views, and I'm getting a lot of them popping up, which was kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm not even sure where those pop up at on YouTube, but I try to post something on a community post every day now. I think it's just like it's kind of like a blog or something. I mean, it's just I'll get that figured out. I mean, at first it kind of looked pointless, but now I can see where maybe that goes to your subscribers and then the people that are already subscribed to your channel. I don't know, because I don't really look on there much, but it's pretty interesting because they're starting to really pop up on the views. That was something that happened this week. And then I had a bunch of old videos that started just gaining a bunch of traction, which I don't know if it's because people are on there clicking around from being consistent. I mean, should be 6 months, and another few weeks here every day, and that to me is pretty interesting. The old videos just starting to get a lot of traction and a lot of views. I mean, I there's some of them on there that get views every day, but they've doubled, if not tripled, in views. And I think the crazy part of all of it is you don't really. It's a lot of work, I think, especially until you, in the beginning until you see. I mean, some of these channels are huge. You don't see how much goes into it. It's a lot, big time. And especially when you get going, there's like hardly anybody on there. You get barely any views, but it seems like it's coming and going in waves too. Like the subscriber count's starting to really go up. I know I mentioned it last week in the live. Like, you're following some of my stuff, subscribe, share it. That'd be cool. It did jump up quite a bit after last week. I don't know why. But I do think that it's no different than investing with putting your blog post or your YouTube videos out there, the vlog, little bit. It just starts to compound and compound and compound. I think my channel's definitely starting to see that now, because I mean I'm creeping on 400 videos. now it seems like it's a lot, or there's a lot of line right there. Like I think before, I think when you start, you're just like, I can see where people quit after fucking 10. Just, oh, I'm out. It's the same thing, like with anything. With buying real estate, you don't want to buy, you know, I don't know. You get one, you get whatever, but you start compounding them, get more and more. Pop on the light here. Hold on a sec. There we go. Got a little light now. So yeah, same thing with the real estate. It's just 1, 2, 3. It starts to compound. Oh, sorry about that. And with the business starts to compound over time too. It's all the same. Yeah, smoking is bad. There's a lot of bad things for you. Appreciate it. Drinking's bad. Although I quit that. I used to be an avid whiskey drinker, bourbon, had a big collection. Fuck drinking. That's horrible for you. That's really changed me. Talking about something being bad is alcohol. And that shit everybody thinks is sweet. Shit's garbage. Fucks with your mind. And for me, I love drinking. I love whiskey. It was awesome. It wasn't. I don't know. I hear people all the time talk about being sober and all that shit. I don't like the word sober, but I think a lot of there's no good that comes out of drinking. There really isn't. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah. Was it hard to quit drinking? No, not for me. I made that decision, and actually I wrote about that in a blog. It's kind of funny. I just, for a few reasons, and just stopped drinking. Never look back. I don't care. I don't think about it. Doesn't bug me. I can be in that situation. I can be in bars, restaurants. I probably have more fun now not drinking than when I was drinking, to tell you the truth. So, and it's been over 3 years for sure. And I'd have to figure. I don't even think about it. But yeah, thanks for the advice on the not smoking. I will say this. I'm not opposed to weed. I don't smoke weed. That's probably not a horrible thing. It's anything in high consumption. So, speaking of like my thought on that or whatever, I did recently do my blood work, and I'm gonna do some videos on it because it's a new way. We'll talk about that later or whatever. But in my blood work, there's some little thing. It was really good. There's nothing bad about it. And I do smoke a lot of cigars. In my blood work, basically, they can tell if I backed off the cigars, it would probably help me a little bit. So it does a few things, and now I'll get into detail about that. I'll make some in detail videos about that. So yes, probably 1 or 2 cigars, 1 a day, 2 a day. I don't know. Maybe I probably do more than that, obviously, but yeah. Is it bad? Anything in huge consumption is bad for sure. But 1 or 2 drinks a day is 1,000 times worse. That's for sure. So yeah, if you're smoking weed, as long as you're not consuming it all day or chain smoking it, it's probably okay. It was funny. What last week, somebody was on there asking about cigarettes. No, I've never smoked cigarettes. I don't really smoke any weed, but I'm not opposed to people doing it. What I will say, with the drinking, your mind, it definitely fucks with your mind way more than you think. Um, Big time. You get clearer as time goes on. I've noticed that, and maybe it's a week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, a month, 2 years. It changes, and you get clearer, and it's a big difference. The alcohol, it does affect you. Um, but yeah, we'll definitely go down. We'll, I'll talk about it. I'll make some videos on the way I did test my biomarkers and all that. It's not like it was back in the day, going to a doctor and all that bullshit. Do I have do I ever feel like I have too much clarity? Yes. Yeah. Sometimes. That's funny that you say that. Yeah, sometimes I do. And yeah, sometimes you just don't want to think. I get it. I see where you're going. But I do feel a lot better being clear. 100%. And I don't know. I think when you're younger, your body can obviously tolerate a lot more than it does as you get older. So you can probably get away with a lot more. It doesn't mean you should do it though, because I think it does wreak havoc on your body even later on. You know. So yeah, being clear-minded is definitely better. And maybe that's the problem, getting clearer and clearer. Could be a good thing. We'll see. Maybe not. But I do like cigars. Big time. Facets. Here, let me look at what you said on there. Here, I can't see it on there. That was another thing. Speaking of the fasting, I'm not disregarding your comment, but like because you brought up fasting, I've fasted a lot in my life, big time. But that was one thing that came back in the blood work. It knew that I fasted a lot and said that I should chill on doing that and eat more, which is interesting. Which I'm going to talk about that again too. But yes, do I think fasting's healthy? 100%. Do I think you can fast too much? I think so now. I don't think I used to not think that, but I do now. Um, yeah, being sober, yeah, feeling great, 100%. I mean, I don't know. I don't really get bored. Um, I have plenty of hobbies. You know, cars, life, water. There's all kinds of stuff to do. I don't get bored with hobbies. I mean, I don't buy into that. I don't even think about drinking. I think that it's sold on you. Like, I think people, it's just the easiness. They want to go party. They wrap their head around going out and drinking and all that. Like, I don't. I never think about that. I never. It doesn't bother me. I don't care if people do. And socializing it doesn't bother me either way. I don't. It's never an issue. Most people around me that are close to me have stopped drinking too. Just quit drinking. Not because I mean I. But yeah, does it give you time to think not drinking? Yeah, and yet you have a clear mind. If you were a drinker before and you were in a bar situation, and you go out now, it's a very it's it's different because you see how fucking stupid you are being probably, and everybody is, and it just gets the same. You tell the same story 50 fucking times when they're out drinking. It's goofy. I have no desire for it. You know, no desire. It's not even, it doesn't even come up in fucking conversation. And I drank every day. I mean, I liked it. I wouldn't say that I didn't. Now I don't. I could care less. And I mean, I wish I would have quit probably longer before I did. Probably because it's not not good on your body. I was into it. I collected rare whiskey. I had a monster collection. And after a while, I lost my passion for doing that too, and ended up. I mean, that was a hobby when I was drinking. It is no longer. I sold all my collection. I don't care. I don't even think about it at all. So, yeah, you just start thinking different. Like you said, clear maybe in a different direction. Other stuff's more fun. But probably the first like 6 months, I still did keep collecting it, which, you know, because I'd stop on the Bourbon Trail, buy rare whiskey. I had contacts and picking it up and buying it. I just lost my passion for it. So yeah, that my hobbies changed. You know, yeah. And filling your time up with drinking, probably ain't the best hobby at all. Hmm. I guess you could go back and look at some of my stuff. Yeah, dude. I've raced before. Yes. I've collected cars. I am going to build a portfolio a little bit different now of cars. Um, yeah, I've worked on. I mean, I've always been a motorhead. I've always had car dealerships. Can I wrench? Yeah. Do I work on cars? Yeah, I can work on cars. Am I a mechanic? No. But can I? Do I like to? Do I like to build cars and do that type of stuff? Absolutely, 100%. Have I raced? Plenty. Do I right now? No, but that could be a good hobby to get back into. It could be real fun. I see a lot of guys doing it. How about yourself? Do you are you a car guy? You into racing, collecting cars? You work on cars, build cars. You have cars now. I like the more analog stuff. If you kind of start to go through some of my YouTube pages, you'll get that. I don't. Do I like the new cars? Hell yeah, I remember cruising style. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Money will come, and just, you know, buy intentional. Buy something that you're really into. Um, what year's your Lexus? I I don't think it matters what what I mean. I like all cars, but um, whatever it is that you're into, whatever you're building is good. You know, yeah, I know about that stuff, but I don't. I won't get into any of that stuff. Yeah, do I know about plating and bolts and torque specs. Yeah, but that this channel's definitely not about that kind of thing. I'm sure there's tons out there. I mean, I'm sure like sometimes like there's a ton of stuff on YouTube, which is interesting about how to fix anything, do whatever. Um, what I have, I mean, yeah, can I do that? Yeah, but I don't want to get into making the channel anything about any of that stuff. Um, if it's your winter beater though, just enjoy it. Use it, fix whatever's, broken that has to be fixed, and just use it as a winter beater. Maybe find a project car, even if it's cheap, because the stuff's out there, and just take your time putting it together. Make it nice, make it how you want it. Find something you really like. My favorite car brand is probably GM. Um, that's probably my favorite car brand, just because I'm a big fan of all their stuff. I mean, I like American First. Don't get me wrong, I like all the stuff, but GM would have to be my favorite. And especially the older stuff. I mean, I like the new stuff. I mean, they're producing some cool stuff, but it's a lot of technology. I like simple. I like the analog, and I like the stuff that's even in the 2000s. You know, 010 back maybe. It's better. You can at least fix it. Or the parts are available. You don't have to be a fucking genius or go get some special computer. Um, I don't know about stereotypes. I think everybody just kind of buys what they like for the most part. I mean, guys like me would just a lot of times buy for profit, but um, you know, maybe there is stereotype for new buyers. I don't, new car buyers on different cars. I don't really, I don't care as long as you're buying something you're happy with, and that's what matters. 100%. What's your favorite car? What do you like the best? If you just go get whatever you wanted, what would it be? Besides your Lexus. I can't see that. Yeah, those like a supercar. That'd be cool too. Definitely. Oh, I've had a million characters that have sold cars too. That's topic for another night. I've been actually thinking about that. It's funny that you said that about uh, 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 those will be hour-long stories on characters, and we'll get to that. Um, and I don't think there's a biggest one because I have some really good stories on some of that because I did buy her pay her for years, so had a lot of characters coming and going out throughout the years. All right, I'm gonna um, I'm gonna wrap it up though. I appreciate everybody hanging out. This is my 22nd week doing a live on Friday. I'm gonna pick up the pace on the videos. I don't know about the lives. We'll definitely do them every week. Um, 154 days straight. That's pretty killer. And I thank you for all the comments. I appreciate it tonight, especially the good ones. They're all good. I'm not saying they're bad. So, I don't know. Everybody have a great weekend. I'm gonna put out some good stuff tomorrow too. Um, everybody have a good Father's Day for all you fathers out there. And thanks again. I appreciate it. Have a good night.